Hello everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to another interesting episode of the Authors Roundtable show with Oluwabori, Soyele, and today happens to be the episode 4 in season 2 of the Authors Roundtable show. It's now always a monthly show where we get to chit chat with our clients. When I mean our clients, I mean authors that we have worked with at PubCode Publishing to birth their books to life. Okay, so it's just a matter of us having conversations, chatting about their success stories, how they were able to become a published author, what the journey was like for them, and we are doing this to help encourage somebody out there who also has a book within them and they've been asking so many questions like, how do I go about this, how do I navigate this, what does this entail, what do I need to have, and stuff like that. Basically, that's what this whole conversation is all about. And PubCode Publishing is a publishing firm. We're set to help authors, individuals, corporate organizations, publish their intellectual assets, and get it to life. We do both ebook publication and print publication as well too. And I hope that my guest can see me now. I believe that is live as well too, so that we can start the conversation right away. Wow, happy Sunday. And some people must have seen this live and they are wondering, okay, Mr. Christopher, you can see me now. On going live, I added you as a guest. I don't know if you can get the notification. If you can get notification, you can just want to accept the request. All right, so like I said, in case you're seeing my face live and you're wondering, oh, this person, I've seen this person today. Yeah, I had to start the live again, and I hope that we are able to have the conversation now. I hope we're able to have the conversation. I hope we're able to have that. So if you can see me, please let me know in the comment section. Mr. Christopher, if you can see this, I already sent you a request inviting you to be a guest on the show. I don't know if you've gotten the request. If you have gotten the request, you can just want to attend to that. All right, so I can see there are 2 persons watching me. Please, I'd like to know where are you watching me from so that I can give you a big shout out. All right, so like I said, this is just a conversation that we usually have with authors, published author, and of course these are authors that have worked with us at PubCode Publishing, and so we are having a chit-chat conversation with them to discuss about their book. Excuse me, discuss about their book. So I hope we're able to navigate and get this through today. It will be something great. Okay, so I'm waiting for my guests to join. I'm hoping my guests to join. I hope he's able to navigate this whole process. Okay, he's here. All right, so I'm going to accept his invite now. Okay, add. Awesome. So I have with me Mr. Christopher Olisah here. He's the author of Essential Data for Senior Secondary Schools. Here on my screen, I believe that we all can see it. This is his book. Very beautiful book, right? Very, very beautiful. And this is done courtesy of PubCode Publishing. We are the ones that do the magic when it comes to publishing books. Yes, I can see you. I'm already adding you. I pray that network would allow us. So here at my end is showing adding. So I'm just going to allow network meeting and add you. So once that goes successfully, well, it will appear on the screen. I can see your notification already, and I've clicked on it to accept your request, and it's adding already. So I hope it does. So in case you are seeing my screen, this is his book. Very beautiful book. Very beautiful book. And this book is proudly published and printed by PubCode Publishing. It's a secondary school textbook. So we are not limited at all. We print fiction, we print non-fiction, we print children's book. And I think this is like the second children's book that we are going to be printing. It says connection fail. I don't know. I hope it's not from my end, but let me add you again. Just hold on. I know it's going to work out. And once we are able to add you to the screen, we'll just start the conversation straight, because I know sometimes network can be very funny. All right, so like I said, we print all kinds of books. We print fiction books, we print non-fiction. If you have a novel, we print. We are a school owner, we print books for schools, okay? There are some schools that have their own recommended text for their students or their pupils. We do that as well to in large quantity, right? So this particular book in my hand here is both, we have them both as ebook and in print book as well too. And if you're a school owner, you're watching this, you can also have it as a recommended or a supplementary text for your students as well too. It covers senior secondary school 1 to 3, SS1 to 3. You can see a very solid book, a very solid book, a very solid book. Quality is there, you know, very nice, nicely done. Of course, you can trust us to deliver quality to you. I really don't know why it's saying connection failed here at my end. I really do not know why. I really do not know why. I really do not know why. But then I'm seeing your request. I'm seeing your request trying to add, but after it just says connection failed. I hope this time around the network will be very cooperative with us, that we can have this conversation. Okay. Okay, so like I said, this is essentials of data processing for senior secondary school. Okay, so it's quite much available. You can reach out to Mr. Olisah after now to get copies for your students as well, and it's colored full color. So that's if you're wondering, oh, can you print colored? I have pictures. I want them to come out in colored. Trust us to deliver. Yeah, trust us to deliver. And so this is it here. This is what the interior looks like. Very beautiful interior. God, I hope network cooperates. So I hope network does us good. The same connection feel. I really don't know why. I really do not know why. I really do not know why it's taking so long for it to accept. So it's still saying adding. I hope it will go through this time around. Okay, so hopefully we're able to have this conversation today. I sincerely hope that we're able to do that. I hope that network permits us. I really do not cannot put a thing or a name to why everyone can do like this. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, it's saying adding connection field again. Let me see this. Okay. Okay, I think it should work now. I think it should work now. I think it should work now. Wow. Wow. Okay, so it's funny how it looks like every conversation here today depends on this thing going through. Wow. Our conversations are not usually long. Let's say 20, 30 minutes and we're out of here. 20 minutes, 30 minutes maximum. Not too many questions, of course. Very important questions as well. It says connection fail. What do we do now? What do we do? What do we do? Why is network a problem here? So after now, I think I would ask that Mr. Christopher would just leave the live, close their app, open it again, join the live and send the request. I think that would be better. because network is just showing itself. So for now, it's still saying adding, and I hope this will be successful. I don't know why it's taking the whole day. It's taking the whole day. It's wanting to take the whole day. But it's not going to take the whole day. Okay. Oh, it says connection of you. So, Mr. Christopher, you can just leave the live, close your Facebook app, then join again, and then send in your request. I hope. Oh, gosh. I hope that works. So, let's see if that would work. Leave the live, close your app, open it again, join the live, and send your request. I hope that will work. I hope that will work. I hope that will work. Facebook, I don't own the copyright to this song. I just want to play this song. I said now that it's open, so okay, you requesting to join again. Let me stop this song, the music. Facebook, I do not own the copyright to this song. Please do not flag my. Wow. Easy. Oh, good
Hello.
afternoon. Yeah, no, I'm yet to see your video. I know it's net early.
All right, that's nice. I've been trying all my best to join in for more than 30 minutes now. It's been giving
Seriously,
issues.
it's been a battle. We're glad to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. So, yeah, can you please just introduce yourself so that our audience gets to know you? Who is Mr. Christopher, the author?
All right, I'm Mr. Christopher Olisah. I'm a graduate of computer engineering and systems engineering. I'm a lecturer and also the author of Essentials of Data Processing. So nice to meet all of you.
Thank you so much for joining us. All right, so without wasting much of our time already, like I said, it's not really just to encourage somebody out there and also to showcase the masterpiece that we'll be discussing here today. I'd like to ask, how many books have you published so far?
Okay, I've published one book, which is Essentials of Data Processing. But before now, I've made research on some other projects or articles related to IT.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So I like to ask in the course of because okay, let me just start by asking that how did you get to know PubCode? Like how did you come in contact with us?
Okay. I had a friend of mine at one of the former places I worked. By name Blessing. So I think she wrote a novel which you were the publishers or the organization were the publishers. So she was the one that referred me to you.
Beautiful, yeah. So someone referred us, someone that we had worked with at PubCode Publishing referred him rather to us to help with his book. And it's quite interesting. Like let me just quickly say this that for most of our clients in PubCode Publishing, there's always been referrals, right? People that used our service and liked it, and then they refer their friend or their family member or somebody that they know, and that was how it came across PubCode Publishing. So I'd like to ask, what were like were there any challenges at all? Because I know that in putting something like this together, it takes a lot of time, right? Putting the manuscript
So,
together, right? What were the challenges like in terms of finances as well? What were the challenges that you encountered, and how did you overcome them?
okay. Well, one thing I believe is determination in doing something. Once you are determined, you'll be able to achieve your goal. Uh, the challenges, I would say, one of the challenges was terms of sourcing materials, I had to go out of my way to not only get materials online, but also to get in touch with some of my other colleagues that had materials related to what I was working on. And also, uh, I would say finance too is, I would say that is part of the challenge. But of course, in everything, once you have a plan, you can actually achieve your goal. So I already had the mindset of working on it in phases, step by step. So at one phase, I would make sure I'm able to achieve this, and then that. So that was actually what I did. Um, Also, I would say in terms of the proofreading and the editing part, when you're writing an article or a book, it shouldn't be a one-man show. Um, so it's something I needed professional touch to be able to also um, go through it, go through the manuscript, and be able to give professional advice on some of the things I was actually doing and get to it. So I think I wouldn't say that was more of a really a challenge, but at least it helped in a great way in achieving my goal. Thank you.
Wow, fantastic. So I believe you heard that. You mentioned determination. Determination is a very key thing. I'm sure most of the people watching us here, they also virtually everybody has a book in them, like either a story, an experience, something that you used that worked for you, and you believe that, oh, this thing can work on somebody else, I need to share with them, right? So everybody virtually has a book, and because he was determined to see that idea, that dream come to life, he was able to, make steps, he was able to take steps rather to seeing that this dream actually comes to life. And one of the steps he took is that determination was determined, and then also he had to reach out. He had to reach out to a friend. Like he had to make it known that, oh, I'm working on this. I don't know if there's anybody that can help me with this, and he was able to get somebody to direct him as well too. Thank you for that. So I'd like to ask the next question now. Talking about your book, which is like your first publication, right? Essentials of Data Processing for Senior Secondary School. I like to ask, were there any challenges, like I'm still on the challenges, right? Because we're going to talk about the book itself. But then, I mean, when I mean challenges, I mean, were there times where you had questions in your mind as to maybe they will not buy, or maybe people will not buy it, or even when you are writing it, there were some parts that you were not getting, ideas were not flowing, or even juggling it with your 9 to 5, like having to sit back to write, ensure that, oh, this part has been included, this one too, this topic is there. Like, how were you able to juggle your work, your 9 to 5, and then writing a book? And then also to, how were you able to all those what if questions were coming in your mind, that will people buy? Because for most people, what, even though it's advised that before you go ahead and print a book, you should have a ready market for it, but still people be like, oh God, this morning, this that, what was it like for you?
Okay. Well, I'll say it wasn't an easy one. Um, but one thing I considered was when I started this project, I first of all considered starting it during, because as an academic, I always engage from in the morning till evening. So I considered starting this during the holiday period, particularly sometime in August. So then I had ample time to work on it. So that's the first thing. Secondly, the ideas I put down were things that I have thought over the years, and I had quite good knowledge about. But however, there were areas or topics that were I actually needed extra information on, and especially because it's an IT related subject. I needed to actually carry out some practical or real life practicals myself to see how it works, to be able to replicate them in what I was writing. So these were some of the things I had to do. and I needed to come up with this write-up in such a way that it's very much user-friendly, and to make mine very distinct from other textbooks or other books that are available. So I try to incorporate lots of pictures, lots of and clear and concise write-ups that students can, or my audience, quickly. Um, in terms of the audience or people getting to buy the book or to purchase the book, I actually had that belief that when I'm done, because of the quality of work that I had put into the work, I believe it's going to be attractive to my prospective customers and clients that want to purchase it. And I also had to engage my publishers to also publish on online platforms on Seller and Crestler, so that it will also bring up a wider reach. And also, I believe, I think these were the things that I just had that confidence that students, they will be able to purchase it, and also getting it myself too.
Yeah, fantastic. So that's it, right? There are so many times where some people give you the excuse to say, "Oh, I'm busy. I'm a 95er. I have this, I have that." We've already in the previous episode interviewed people, clients, authors who had children. I mean children, I don't mean grown-up children. I mean young ones, toddlers that are still running around. And they're able to share their experience on how they're able to manage their time and still come out with their book and be able to birth their book to life. And I like the fact that, of course, Mr. River is in Lagos. I know how Lagos is like. Lagos, like, you always virtually on the road, and yet he was able to find out time. And I think intentionality is one thing that he also has as well. He was able to figure out, okay, when is it going to be right for me to be able to fully give attention to this thing that I'm doing, and he was able to figure that out and also achieve that goal of being able to do this. And I think let's just talk about the book. Of course, we're not going to be sharing everything because we want our audience to go and get their own copy as well. If you have a son, a daughter, or you are a teacher or a school owner or somebody that is into education, especially in the line of tech, I think this is a recommended text for you and your students together as well, your school, your educational institution together as well. You need to get a copy or copies of this one. I highly recommend it because I know the value that is there, right? So just for the sake of those that are watching us, it is always very good to hear from us' mouth. So you tell us what this book is all about and the reason why you wrote this book and who you've written this book for.
Okay. Well, I decided to come up with this book because I felt it's a way to reach out to the younger generation in a distinct way, by bringing the wealth of knowledge I've gathered over the years in teaching data processing. There is a saying that the smallest pencil is longer than more like the shortest memory or so. I think something is saying like that. So it's when you put down something, it goes a long way to become a memory to a lot of generations. So I think this is one of the things that spurred me in putting this down and leaving a mark to so many generations that would get to read this book. Also, I tailored it in following the national education curriculum meant for secondary schools. Yes.
Yeah.
And I also ensured that it touches all the relevant topics and areas that would help them excel in external exams and also acquire the necessary skills they actually need to succeed. Um, I don't know if I've answered the question. Is there any other
Yeah,
thing I
sure,
need to say?
sure. Yeah, so that's that. That's about that. I mean, there's something again I picked from what he said, which is actually what is evident in this book. I've also been somebody that worked in the educational space, I think for 8 years. Yeah. So I know what it is like. Like, literally to me, some textbooks looks exactly the same. It looks like repetition. just the name of the publisher and maybe the name of the book is what differs, right? So you expect to see the same line of content. But if you look at this book, this one is way kind of different. It's very unique, and it's something that students can read and they'll be able to comprehend easily. Yeah, and it also follows the national school syllabus and curriculum. So if you have a student that is preparing for WAEC, for NECO, GC, all the excellent exams, they can make use of this text. I highly recommend it, and they'll be able to understand. So it's not written in big English. There's no big grammar here. There are so many examples, well illustrated, pictures to even to explain better what each of the terms being explained in the books all about. So you can see it's full colored and it's not black and white stuff. When you have colored text as well, so there's a way it helps to enhance students' comprehension level as well, because some people are being fascinated by color. So this is something nice and something good, and it's well done. It's not, there are some books that you buy now, even though they say they are pirated copies, right? Whereby you buy them, one page is gone, pictures are not clear, the texts are not well written. It's not with this one. So I recommend it for every school owner, for every educator out there in the IT space, for their students, for their works at home. It's very highly recommended. And for educators or tutors as well that are into data processing, you can also add this to the list of books that you have in preparing lesson notes or teaching materials for your students. All right, thank you very much for that answer, Mr. Christopher. So the next question I'm going to ask is this. Just so you know, we started working on this book last year, 2024. We had it published in digital copy first. Then after a while, he reached out, and then we spoke about the print publication, and then we did the print publication and delivered it earlier this year. Yeah, so that just tell you that with PubCode Publishing, we do not, we're very budget friendly. We want to go with you every step of the way. We want to make it easy for you, right? So if it is for you to start with ebook first, we will do that. Then for the print publication as well, we have very wonderful payment plan that makes it very easy for you to achieve your dream. And that's exactly the same route that Mr. Christopher actually took. And very soon, it's going to be ordering more copies of these books. Of course, like I said, another school calendar is starting by September. So if you're a school owner, you're watching this, or a school owner that that they need to get better text, please, as parents, you have the liberty to recommend text for your child's or children's school as well, so and let them see the value in this. All right, so I'd like to ask, should we be of course I know you are ordering more copies of this, but then should we be expecting, maybe there are other plans for another book that you are writing,
Okay, yeah, I have plans to write other books. I think hopefully I should be working on a programming textbook soon on programming, because I have that goal to put down something where students can actually learn hands-on skills in IT, and also on writing some articles as well. So aside that, so I think that's the project I have, but probably in a year or two, I might want to do a revision of essentials of data processing to add more information to it.
Yeah, sure. Beautiful. So that's that. So I'd like you to give our audience that are watching us here, they have a book in them, they don't know how to go about it. Some people, their manuscripts, they are hanging it somewhere. It has already gathered dust, either on their bookshelf or their mobile phone or on their laptop. It's hiding somewhere, and they just need this encouragement, they need this motivation. And of course, it's not too late though. This is just June, right? You can become a published author before the end of the year. That's the miracle that God can do, right? So I wanted to advise them. What advice or passing words would you give to such people?
Okay, the advice I'll give is number one, they should just have that determination and courage to want to achieve their goal, because everything begins with you, okay, or with them. So once you are determined, that's actually the starting point. Then also you need to know your target audience. Who are those that you would be engaging, or that would enjoy the book or want to read it. I think apart from that, also get some of the key areas of your manuscripts or source for information on the key things you want to write on. You don't need to write everything at once. It can
Mm,
actually be in phases, step by step. And you don't need to be scared or worried about making mistakes or
mm-hmm,
other things. Yes, there's always room for corrections, editing, and also, while doing all of this, if you have someone that has written a book or you know someone that can also be a guide to you, you can
mm,
always reach out to the person. Okay,
mm,
being a publisher is not a one-man show. Okay,
mm-hmm,
it's something that you need to engage other people to help proofread your work, help guide you along the way as you write, and also um, also make your write-up kind of concise. Okay, it
mm.
should not be too I don't know the word when I say don't use too much large vocabulary and all of that.
Yeah,
So just
exactly.
make it simple enough so that your audience can understand it. And if possible, depending on the genre you're writing on, it depends on if it's a story or a drama or whatever. You can do it in such a way that is exciting and interesting, so that it's not boring to audience.
Mm.
So that's the advice I'll give to um, those that want to write.
Wow. Beautiful. Thank you for those wise words. So I believe that we've heard what Mr. Christopher said, and I'm sure that you have picked the lessons already and you're going to be running with it so that very soon you also can become a published author. And like I said, it's not really about getting your book, your name rather, on the cover of a book, really. You also have to ensure that aside from income, you're also targeting impact as well too. This is something a legacy. This is something of impact that, of course, for everybody that comes in contact with this, they'll be blessed by it. And when I say blessed, I mean they'll be academically blessed by it as well too. So thank you so very much, Mr. Christopher, for joining us. I just like to say this also to like one final one before we end this, right? I
All
like you
right.
to just give a shout out, like in your own way, to PubCode Publishing, and maybe tell people out there, the reason why they need to come and work with us and patronize us.
Okay. Shout out to PubCode Publishing. They've been wonderful. In fact, I can't begin to to commend them for the great job they've done or the did for my work. In fact, they are very, very supportive from the beginning of the project. They were supportive, helping me along the line. Even at points where I couldn't progress with certain work, they were always there from the beginning to the end. So thank you very much for all you've done. And please, those of you that want to publish, I recommend PubCode Publishing. You can always trust them. You can, they will give you the best quality you need whenever. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. So, guys, the link to get your own copy, you can get the e-version. And if you want to get the physical copy as well, you can always reach out to Mr. Christopher. Is what's it called now? The link to his page will be on this particular live. So just click on his name and take it to his page. Send him a DM and he would reply to you as to how you'll be able to get copies for your students or even for your school as well. And also for those that are looking to work on their own book project, you have access to a free 30-minute book consultation with me myself. So you can just use the link around this video. There's the link in the video. Just click on it and be able to access that and also get your own e-copy version as well. And don't forget, summer is coming, right? So by August, summer is coming. So make sure you get this text. It's highly recommended. Thank you so very much for joining us this afternoon, Mr. Christopher. It's a pleasure
Thank
having
you,
you
Ma.
here. Yeah, thank you. All right, so we'll come your way again next month on another interesting episode of the Authors Roundtable Show, where we're going to be having another wonderful author join us. Stay blessed. Bye bye.
Bye.